Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Subscription Boxes and More with Michelle. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that most of us crafters are very well versed in, and that is reuse, recycle, upcycle. I know that these are very old uses of these products, and probably most of you do this already. However, there are people every day that are starting their crafting journey, and I just wanted to maybe give some ideas that some of you might not have come up with already yourselves, or may not have seen. Of course, let's let's talk about the toilet paper roll. We all use it. We all throw it away. Not all of us crafters don't, but this is a very useful tool for crafters, and saves us our valuable, precious, um, hello, Boo Kitty, saves us our valuable, precious chipboard. And if you flatten these real flat in half, sorry, I'm doing it one-handed. Hi, Boo. Hi, my buddy. Sorry, guys, don't pay attention to my very cluttered room. I have a very, very small, like 500 square foot apartment. Anyways, if you flatten these real fat, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, if you would flatten this really flat and put it under some heavy books or whatever for a few days, it will be, really flat and crisp. And these make great if you cover them with hello, you're eating my stuff. If you cover them with a pretty pattern paper or whatever, and seal the bottom and then glue it into a junk journal or something, it makes a really nice sturdy pocket for tags, or say tickets that you have saved, ticket stubs or whatever. Anything that you want to be able to take in and out of a pocket, but you don't want that pocket to to tear on the sides eventually and wear out. This works really, really good. And for, if you really want it to be sturdy, after you cover it, if you cover that paper with a coat of Mod Podge before you glue it down, and glue it down really well with like a wet glue or something instead of just a tape runner, you will have yourself a very sturdy pocket that's really going to hold up and last for you. So don't just throw these away. They don't take up a whole lot of room. Smash them, rubber band them together, and save the landfill a little bit. And of course, the old one of the first things that I know of that was done, sorry, yeah, I've got you really crooked, in paper crafting, was to make the toilet paper albums. And you can also make this into some people would consider this more of a tag, like a tag book. But anyways, here is for my two old Chihuahuas. They are old. They're like 14 years old. Of course, this is, I think, from the Chihuahua movie, but it looks like my dogs. So that would be Pedro and Precious. And you can see I have a little bone here that, if you can, oh, come on. Oh, anyway, it says Chihuahua. Hopefully you can read it. And I love dogs, and I used some silk flowers and layered that up, and used a bone brad, and I have a stick pin here. Isn't that pretty? Somebody made me that. Isn't that pretty? And I've done I've used the, what do you call them? Notebook rings, and put all kinds of pretty fibers and ribbons. And then there's paw print charms, and I think there's a dog bone in there somewhere. But anyways, so if you look inside of this, I actually try to leave spots to put little pictures of my dog. So a page for Precious. And I had one of Precious's babies back before my dogs are rescues. And so before she was fixed, she came to us. Yeah. Anyway, she had a little girl named, we called Kissy. And there was a page for her, and I have pictures somewhere. And I'm real good at making the journal, the scrapbooks, and not real good about putting the pictures in. So anyways, each page, then, it has a natural place to put a tag. And so I I fancied up my tags and inked them and sprayed them. And so, and there's the one on that side. Oops. And there's a meow meow. Hoku, what you doing? Meow meow. What you doing? Anyways, fur babies. Things like that. And, sorry. Sorry, my arm's in the way. This right here looks a lot like Kissy. She was a longer haired. My female, although she was short hair, her mother was a long hair. So a lot of the babies came out with long hair. She was fixed after that, guys. All of our animals are fixed. Or broken, as some people would say, because they worked just fine before we took them in and got them fixed. All right, so I made a little double envelope because I thought that looked kind of neat. And put little paw prints and place to do just a small bit of journaling and some place to put a nice little note. And did a lot of like inking. Actually, this paper I had, see, about reusing and recycling. I had that with the sprays and things like to keep my desk clean. And I noticed that it was turning out kind of pretty. So I, inked it up and stuff a little more. And I made it into this little tiny envelope. And then over here we have a belly band. And look at that tiny paper clip. I love that. Isn't that cute? And I made this little flower out of some more of that paper. And used the brad. And, there's still this place I can put a picture. Or I can tuck some pictures in. And there's another one of those dog bone paper clips. And we have the tag. Sorry. Yeah, we ran a Chihuahua rescue for a while, and of course all the puppies went to great homes. Here's for Pedro. Here's his page. And look, that looks a lot like he would have as a puppy. Of course, he was much older when we got him. And got him fixed right away, because we certainly did not want to have any accidents with puppies or dogs coming into the rescue that hadn't been fixed yet. These are actually put on and popped up a little bit, and I have a cat that just knocked everything down. Sorry about that, folks. There you go. Faithful and true. Another one of her puppies. We named him Valentino. The puppies were born on Valentine's Day. So, we named him Valentino and called him Tino for short. And that doesn't belong in there. There you go. Now you can see there's a place for his picture. And a little bone brad. And so, as I said, I have those pictures. I've just not ever put them in. And that's been several years. When this, was a big fad, or whatever you want to call it. When this first was very popular to do. But you know what? I think it still should be popular to do. Because these are great little albums for just... the little pictures that would otherwise just sit on your camera. That you don't want to do some big elaborate album for, but you want to be able to keep those memories. And see, these letters were from a company that no longer exists called Miss Elizabeth's. And they were the typewriter letters, and they are my favorite. I probably have 100 sheets of it, and I am so stingy with them because they're my favorite, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I love those. Look at that little bow. Isn't that cute? And more silk. Well, those are paper flowers, but then I did a little pin work on there so that it would have an interesting center. But a leaf from some silk flowers. And they charge such an arm and a leg for flowers. And there's a tip for you. If you go to like Joann's, or I know Joann's for sure, but like any of your craft stores, and you know how there's always in the silk flower department, there's always flowers that have fallen off and they're on the floor. They just sweep those up and throw them away at night. And if you gather them up and take them up and ask, generally they give you those for free. And then you can use those in all your crafting, especially you can use it in your paper crafting. I say that because I'm a big paper crafter. And use those instead of buying such, you know, come on, it's just silk flowers. That's all it is. A lot of the time, some of them are paper, but a lot of times, you know, you're buying silk flowers, and that's basically exactly what they are. And you can take them apart from, you know, how they have that plastic center a lot of times. Just take them off and use a brad. Sorry, I can't get that in because of the gems, and I don't want to rip them off. Puppy love, and that's gotten bent a little bit and sticking up. I'm sorry. This is years old. But see, aw, so cute. I was surprised about how many, you know, Chihuahua-like images I was able to find. Another one of those little paper clips so that you can tuck something in there if you need to, or use it somewhere else in there to hold something. And then this one is not a belly band. This one's actually stuck down, which I don't know why I did that exactly, because then you can't really write on that. Wait. Yes, it is a belly band right there. But I glued it down so that, because that kept falling out. Now I remember. Anyways, so this does come out. And you got your little inked flower there, and a little, one of those little, this is stiff because I glued the ribbons together so they'd stay together. But one of those little ribbon slides, and it's a flower. And Faithful. We'll just set that there because I'm having trouble, guys. And see, I love this little bed there. And I love my dogs. And, you know, the tags are all very much the same. But this one I used a mask to do the spraying, and a feather, and I inked it. You know, it's techniques that I haven't used in a long time. But if you ink up a feather, and it's, you know, a little bit, if you cut out just a little bit here and there to make it a little more sparse, you can use it to ink with, so that you get more of the definition. It didn't come out as well because of the darker background here of the ink, and I think it may have been a little wet. But anyways, I've done it other places, and it turned out a lot better. And then we have a dog food bag. Isn't that cute? And it is open. You can actually pop a tag in there. Spoiled rotten babies. And puppy kisses. And even though these are all lined, I figure that, you know, if I needed to, I can always pop a picture on one side or both sides. And this, if it would come out, actually is there so I could write down the puppies, their shot records, you know, their dates, so I would always have a record of it. And unfortunately, it is stuck in there at the moment, but it actually does come out. I just don't want to pull it and rip it. And then I'm supposed to put their vet records in there. They won't fit real well because there's a lot of vet records because she had, you know, like 4 puppies. But anyways, that was the idea. So, but if you only have one, you could get some in there. So, all right, guys, that is that one. And just to show you, you don't have to orient it sideways. You can always orient it up and down. So here in the pockets will be at the top. So very quickly. And you also don't have to use the rings to bind it. You can, this was recycled from some kind of a little notebook, and it already had those holes. So I did that with my paper punch to line up with the toilet paper roll. So you don't have to do it only toilet paper rolls. You can actually do your scrapbook pages, you know, so it will be a little thinner if you need or whatever. And you can do pockets, and I don't want to show you the whole entire thing, but there you go. It's for my granddaughter's birthday, and now she's way older. She had a Hello Kitty birthday, and I've still not gotten that in there. And that wants to do something funky. And the tie has a Hello Kitty and a little Hello Kitty charm. So, anyways, just to show you can orient it another way. Of course, you know, we all use reuse and recycle. Well, not everyone. Some people do their journals, their junk journals, strictly out of new things. And sometimes they use new things and make them look old, you know, by various means of antiquing and tea dyeing and all of that. But it's my understanding that the original idea was to use some of, you know, some junk and stuff in an actual junk journal. So that's what I try to do. And maybe mine aren't as fancy and pretty as people who do all that other vintagey, faux vintage stuff. I feel that, I'm sticking with the original idea by reusing and recycling. And I do use new things also, like the buttons and a lot of the papers. I try to use my scraps. This was an old table runner. Guys, get them at the Dollar Tree. They work so well, and it only costs $1, and you can do 3 or 4 journals out of one of their table runners. But I have some that have a crease because I was impatient and I didn't have an iron, and I thought the Mod Podge would hold it down and it would take the crease out. It doesn't. Iron those creases, otherwise you're stuck with them forever. And also using the this is a glossy glittery paper. Things tend to want to fall off of there, so I don't recommend that unless you sand those areas. So anywho, see, I like envelopes, and I'm not going to go through it all there. I tried to, that's when I first started out doing the antique and tea dyeing. And here's like a locket that says grandma, and just all kinds of goofiness. I really love pumpkin spice and fall colors, and so of course I reused some packaging and stuff for pumpkins. And this has been really beat up. It's been messed with a lot by grandkids. See, more of the whatever I can find that has a pretty picture and says something about pumpkin spice or whatever, I keep that. An old magazine page from one of my grandma's old magazines, some very old paper that I had from when I was in school. I found a notebook that was only partially used from the 80s, and so I don't think it shows on camera, but it's kind of really yellowed. And one of my old what do you call it? Just a regular blank greeting card that I had for my old business, and it had my name in it, and tried to tea dye. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm just showing you that, I do, like, this was sent to me and I reused it, turned it into a pocket. What else? Oh, look at these, guys. I got these a long time ago, and I don't remember. I think it was off of eBay. One of those, when they used to have those penny auctions. I don't think you can find them anymore. I have girls and boys like that. Isn't that cute? And I made a paper clip and wrote on it. Just wrote on it and turned it into that paper clip. I don't think they have to all be really elaborate, because then they take up room in your book. But anyways, oh, there's, I don't know, there's more, like, out of an old coloring book. My grandkids couldn't do the crosswords at that time, so they didn't mind me taking that. An old card, I mean, really vintage, guys, and I just sort of, doctored it up. This was a, when you go to the bookstore and they have like a sample, like a little ad trying to get you to buy the newest book coming out, that's what that was, a sample page. I didn't actually, dismember my kid's book. I bought the book, but for my grandkids, and then I used that sample page. And like I said, that's just an old card, and this is an old card, and I made like multiple layers of stuff. And there's the other side of that. And, this doesn't have quite as much of the junk in it. Some more of that 80s paper that I just washi taped because I thought it was cool back when I did it. This was some backing off of something I bought, so that's junk. And now it's a treasure, right? So, anyways, that's just, so anytime you find, packaging that has really pretty artwork or whatever, that you're like, that's really pretty, I just made a mess. Don't throw it away. My camera just went away. I don't know what happened. But anyways, even the bottom is covered. And then, look, guys, this front part, it wasn't real attractive. So I made, out of a piece of, I don't know, cereal box or something, I added this. And it's not perfect. I know it isn't. But you know what? It's for me. And, I put a little bow and a little flower. And voila, it's also lined on the inside. Look at that big bin in the underground. And there's some things in there for actually the tassel in the journal. That's what this is going to, there's the London Eye. And see, and then even red cardstock in there. So, and then there's things that I've got to put like a bookmark for in the journal that I'm going to make to go in this box. Journal slash scrapbook for when I get to go. It's either going to be just a journal, you know, about my hopes and dreams or whatever, or I will actually get to fill it with pictures and journaling from my trip if I get to go. So I have little doodads, these earrings, you know, there's two for like, well, I think it was free and you just paid shipping. And see, I got 2 charms by doing that on Wish rather than, you know, it doesn't matter. I can take the earring things off. And there's the little, check that out, little big bin. So there's actually a journal that I'm working on. My cats keep knocking things down because, you know, cats do what cats do. Sorry. I'm actually working on a journal, and I haven't been able to work on it in quite a long time. But to actually match this, it's got a lot of the same papers, and it's going to coordinate, and it'll be really neat, and have pages for journaling, and then pages for pictures and pockets and things for any memorabilia and things like that. But I keep these in here because I don't want to lose them. I have other ones too, which should be in this box, but regardless, there you go. So, you know, just a simple box like this. It doesn't have to be the same box, but you get the idea. You know, the way that it opens and things made it really a good box for this use. It's really thin right now and flimsy. However, when you put your papers on it and you Mod Podge it, it really turns heavy and stiff. And I've had kids sit things on mine. Thank God it didn't mush, but there you go. And so I thought this was a really neat shaped box. It came from our cruise from when we went to Costa Rica, and I'm going to make an whatever. What is this, hexagon? Yeah, you can tell I'm really good at my maths and stuff. Anyways, it opens up the same way. I'm sorry, I can't do it one-handed. But I thought this would be really neat to do a journal from our trip. And I don't even think that I think I may Mod Podge this, like I said, to make it stiffer. But I don't think I'm going to cover it because, you know, obviously, hello, it's already done for me, right? The art and everything, it's all over. It's a pretty box. And too cute to throw away. So there you go. I may put a piece on the bottom to make this, you know, inside and outside. So this is more sturdy. And then we have just this simple box that it had some candies from Swiss Colony actually inside of it. And it's a nice pretty box. And I am going to make, sorry, I didn't know that was in there. I'm going to make, I don't know if this will fit. It will, guys. It will. Now, I'm going to obviously have to go a little less decorative. I can't do pins like this or whatever. But I'm going to do, from this Christmas, a small book like this. Put that in there. And then I can maybe put like a Christmas bow and some ribbons, curly ribbons or whatever, like a Christmas present. And I don't have to, again, do anything to fancy this up. What does that say? I don't have to fancy this up or anything because it's already done. All I have to, like I said, silver or gold bow, pop that on there, some silver and gold ribbon, and maybe a tag. Hey, that would be cool, wouldn't it? And I'm going to make one of those little journals and stick in there. So rather than, I could have thrown this away from last year that when the candy was gone, it was in a little cellophane bag and put in there. But instead, I am going to use this. I could put a gift in it and give it to somebody, but I'm actually going to use it for pictures of my grandkids from Christmas this year. I have 7 grandkids. I'm sure I can get 7 pages in there because of front and back. I think I can do that and make a little nice little, you know, grandma's brag book in there. So there you go. Some ideas, just, you know, just a little bit of ideas on some ways to reuse, recycle, and just have fun with our scraps and trash and unused crafting supplies. So I hope that you know, maybe saw something that sparked your creativity. And I thought we would pop this in here in between subscription boxes while I'm waiting for the postman to bring me some more things from Wish or subscription boxes or something. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will like and comment and subscribe. Please subscribe. I need subscribers. I hate to beg. That's horrible. Anyways, thank you, and you just have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to show you this one. This is a really cute box. Look at this. And what I really like about this, beyond just the shape, and I do intend to make a journal slash scrapbook album to fit in here, is that it is from Maddie's Sweet Shop. I have a little Maddie's. Look at that. I have a granddaughter named Madeline. She's my oldest grandchild. She's 14. And we call her Maddie sometimes, or Mad Max, or Mad, or, you know, any number of names, but sometimes Maddie. And I want to make her for Christmas, if I can get it done. Who knows with the surgery coming up, if I'll be able to get it done in time. If not, maybe for her birthday. I want to make her a journal slash album that I can put in this box to coordinate. Wouldn't that be neat? And I'm just going to leave it as is. And like I said, Mod Podge and sturdy it up so that it'll always say, and she likes lemons, guys. Ever since she was a little kid, I mean a baby, she would suck on fresh cut lemon slices. So I thought that was kind of neat. So regardless, I'm going to make that for her. See, another thing saved from the landfill, and it's going to be really cute once it's done. I may, you know, cover up some things on it, but leave that artwork. And I might do a little something to jazz it up and make it a little girly. Maybe add some lace and ribbon, something fancy. But anyways, I'm going to leave it, the majority of it just like this. So with that, again, goodbye. And oh, look at the cuteness. Guys, look. Anyway, we will see you in the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I would just greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and have a good day.